Alright, what's going on, Fishaholics, and welcome back to another video. And it is probably about 28-30 degrees out here this morning. We're back down the Jersey Shore, and it's been probably exactly a week since we were last down here, because we last fished here right before Thanksgiving, went back home to North Jersey for Thanksgiving, and now we're back down here because I wanted to take advantage of getting a place down here for a month. We have our place from November 12th. It's an Airbnb till about December 10th, and right now it is November 28th or 29th, and we did have a really bad leak in our Patagonia Rio Azul waders, and I didn't want to be a weenie and not finish off the season strong, so we did go to TAKwaterman, bought these Pro-Line world famous fishing and hunting boots. I've never heard of them, but I guess they're world famous. So we're gonna try them out, get wadered up, and then we're gonna get after it. So it's not too bad today. We've got a really strong west wind, but since the wind is at our back, it's not feeling nearly as cold as it could be if we had a headwind. And we decided to come a little bit further south than where we've been regularly fishing, so we're down in Ocean County, and it already looks somewhat good. We got a lot of bird activity. I stopped off at like 5-6 different spots, kind of bouncing my way down to where we are now. We're going to be fishing with my lighter setup today, just because I think most of the fish we're going to catch are probably going to be small schooly fish. Maybe if we're really lucky, we'll get something around a keeper size, 28-30 inches. Oh, fish on. Right there. Second cast. And that's pretty much exactly what we expected. A little schooly, but at least we broke the ice early. Believe me, this fall I fished all day long to end the day with just a couple little rats. So at least starting off catching something, we're heading in the right direction. All right, so let's keep throwing this diamond jig, see if we can get a few more, and then maybe we'll switch to something a little bigger. It's a good sign that that fish hit the diamond though, because that's an indicator maybe there's some sand eels in the area. But this season I think it's definitely been more of like a boat game. There's been a lot more bigger fish further offshore. It's actually not too bad out here. It's a little bit above freezing, but since the sun is in our face and the wind is behind our back, it's bearable. Still need a good pair of surf gloves, but it's bearable. There's another one. About the same size. Real pasty, white cold water bass. Water temperatures, I think, have crept below 50 degrees now, so this water's chilly. Yeah, this is stacked here, man. A lot of fish. This one's fighting weird. He's just like swimming right towards me. Oh gosh. Wasn't swimming weird, it was just a really tiny one. Bunker size bass. Alright, so this is pretty good, finding some fish so early, and I think that's going to leave some room for experimenting. So we're going to try throwing around some holographic sand eels. Of course, we're going to try throwing around some bombers and see if we can offer up a slightly larger presentation for any slightly larger fish in the area. This tide came up really quick. When we first got here, you could walk out a little bit, but within the first 20-30 minutes right at the edge of the lip is already up past your waist. So that's a good thing, you know, it'll push some fish, maybe right in front of us. There was one. On the eel. Holographic eel, baby. That was a cool bite. He crushed it right in the drop. A little bigger one, actually. You know, hey. As soon as you drop them in that water, they disappear. It's amazing they can even, you know, see the bait. But I think most of the time they just feel it. They feel it moving by them. Maybe it hits them or bumps them, goes right in front of their nose, and they just react to it. Didn't even have to move that one. Fish hit it right on the drop. Uh-oh, we're downgrading now. Look at that little tiny fella. So I think that's just about it for this spot. At least we got a few fish. We're nice and dry and warm. The waders are doing their job, and they're doing some beach replenishment right there behind me. And it's really murkied up the water, you know, quite a bit, and I think that's why we stopped getting bites. But it's all good. Maybe we'll come back here in a couple hours because there is still quite a bit of bait, so maybe they'll be done. And we're gonna move south a little bit, check out a couple spots, and then on our way back, maybe we'll take a look here, and then we'll keep working our way north. But right now I'm just gonna change out the GoPro battery, and then we'll keep moving. So let's do it. All right, so we ended up coming a little bit further north than where we originally were. And we went to, I think, like 5 or 6 different spots south of here that we checked out, and you know, it looked good. There were fish there, but you know, it wasn't anything that I was like, oh my God, we got a fish here. So I figured we'd venture up north a little bit further. And this is like the cleanest water I've found all morning, so I figured we'd give it a shot here, see if we can catch a couple. And supposedly at Island Beach State Park, really early this morning before first light, there was a decent sized blitz. You know, fish up to like 15, 16 pounds. But forget that though. We weren't even, you know, near the water at first light. We were awake, getting ready, but I don't know. This time of year when, you know, it's a high of 25, 30 degrees at first light, the bed calls me, and I'd rather sleep in, there's a fish, than wake up at first light. Look at this wound on that fish. Something tried to eat him. But yeah, this time of year when first light hovers around freezing, I'd rather fish all day, even fish all night, than wake up at first light. There's another one. On a little pocket of fish. They're loving that little holographic eel. Catching them right on the edge of the lip, which is pretty sweet. Nice fat little butterball. What's up, buddy? Smile for the camera. Also, so this time of year, I really don't think waking up at first light is as crucial as waking up at first light, you know, during the rest of the season. You know, spring, it can be really crucial to get down to the water first light. Summer especially, you know, those times of the season when the days are getting longer, the sun is hotter. Early fall as well can be crucial. But this time of year when it's cold, these fish are migrating, I think, you know, anything could happen at any time of the day or night. You know, all it takes is fish to swim by and push some bait in, and boom. You know, these fish are aggressive, they're hungry, they're looking to feed. All right, so that's it for here. Time to start bouncing around, and also time to start eating some chicken, have some lunch. And you know, it's a little after 1:30. You know, I'm surprised we caught those two fish like bam bam, like right off the bat. You know, there must have just been some fish here like swimming by, and we fished here for about like another hour and a half, throwing around that little holographic eel, throwing around a bunch of other smaller and bigger stuff, and not even a sniff. So you know, the difference though between this spot and our first spot is our first spot had bait, which was a good sign. So we're gonna keep moving around, and if we can't find any other spot with any kind of, you know, accumulation of bait, then we might have to end up going back to our first spot, you know, and hope that some, you know, better sized fish move in on that bait, or just maybe a better bite materializes there. So that's kind of our game plan, just to really just find bait and move around and eat some chicken. So good. I fried this chicken myself with panko chipotle breadcrumbs. Go to Stop and Shop, buy those breadcrumbs, bread your chicken, bread your fish. And if you like a little kick to your fish or your chicken, this is the stuff to have. It's awesome. It's bomb. So there's not a lot going on. So we're just gonna fish. Back at our first spot where we started in the morning, every spot pretty much looked kind of like what we got here in front of us. You know, there's not a lot of bird activity, not a lot of bait activity. Fish on the bomb. Oh, he came off. What? Some small anyway. All right, Fishaholic. So I think that is a wrap for the day. It was not a terrible day, I would say. We caught fish, nothing too big, but at least for the most part, everywhere we went, there was some pretty decent action. And I kind of succumbed towards the end of the day here to hunger, and as well as the fishing definitely slowing down quite a bit. At that last spot, you know, I dropped one more fish on the bomber, had another hit or so, and I don't know, like I could have threw probably a diamond jig or, you know, that small little holographic eel, and I probably could have caught something, but I definitely wanted just to throw something larger with that hopeful chance to get something larger. But it didn't happen, so there's always tomorrow. We're gonna probably try and do the same thing and see what happens. And then this weekend, you know, tomorrow's Friday, then Saturday I think I might head back up to the parents' house so I could fish a packong in the kayak again. You know, last week or the beginning of the week, it was actually pretty good action. You know, got out there, caught some walleye, didn't catch any muskie even though I wanted to, but maybe this weekend we can get a muskie or just at least some walleye. But yeah, the season is coming to an end, and I've been trying to brainstorm about what to do after the striper season is over. And I was thinking about going south, maybe fishing with Elias, maybe fishing with someone else, maybe going to Bermuda if I can afford it, because, you know, why not? That would be pretty badass. Just go there and kind of like bum it in like an Airbnb if I can find a cheap one. And we would, you know, fish for a week straight and then come back, you know, right before Christmas or something like that. But, yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll put all the information of tackle and equipment down in the description below. And like always, never forget, live to fish, fish to live, and I'll see you guys in the next one.